So my name is Twyla, and again, I want to thank Lindsay for having us here and giving us the opportunity to speak about the benefits of exercise, physical activity, and also to show what a great place Strive is, and hopefully leave with some education today about this topic. So that's me on the left side. Gary talked about some of these already, so I won't talk about that. But the objectives today is really talking about exercise. How much exercise do we need for people with MS? What are the benefits of exercise? Why do it in the first place? What is physical therapy? How does that help people? And do I need a mobility aid? Is that something that's going to be beneficial for me? And then lastly, just a little blurb about Strive. So, how does MS affect you as an individual? So we know in people with MS compared to healthy controls, there's about a 30% reduction in aerobic or cardiorespiratory fitness. We also know that there's increased heart rate and blood pressure in up to 60% of people with MS. And we know that there's overall a general reduction in muscle force, in endurance, in mass, and then in people who have things like spasticity, there's also reduced flexibility as well. And then, as you can probably relate to, there's the temperature intolerance in about 80% of people with MS. What are some other things that you guys have experienced that affect you and contribute to maybe barriers to exercise? What are some things, real talk, that prevent you from going out and exercising or participating in physical activity? Let me just hear from the room. Yes, ma'am. Depression, big one. Yes. Yes, sir. One side is weaker than the other side, so it's difficult to coordinate if you don't have both sides working the same way, correct? Hand in the back. Oh, yes. Fatigue, yes. Heat intolerance, yes. Any other reasons that come up? Yes. Balance, definitely. If you want to participate in some of the exercises that you see. For me, I'm on Instagram a little bit too much, but I see a lot of exercises that I want to do, and then I think, is that even something that I can do? Balance, maybe, strength. Maybe I don't look like that person that I see on social media, right? Sometimes even just how people might perceive me limits me from going out. Other things that might be barriers are maybe living in a place where you don't have access to a gym, or you don't have access to an accessible gym. If you use a mobility device, can you get that mobility device into that space? We talked about depression as being something that limits you, so being able to just get out of the house and participate. Also, cultural factors, or how other people might see you, feeling maybe like you present differently than the people around at maybe a 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness. Yes, ma'am. Procrastination. Yes. Yes. That's big, procrastination. So time management, where you have the intention of exercising, and then the day just gets away from you, and then by the end of the day, you're fatigued, and you don't have time, right? And so that's another thing that, as far as the cognitive behavioral aspect that impacts you. Planning, prioritizing, focus, perceived lack of time too, right? So being able to dedicate time to exercise. Other things I wanted to mention are, so you guys mentioned fatigue, fitness level, like where do you start? Sometimes people think, well, I'm already here at this place where I don't move very well, I'm not very strong. Maybe I just don't fit into a gym and I can't use the equipment. So how am I gonna even start working out? And then other health conditions too may impact you.